Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them, including today, the end of cable TV. Disney and ESPN, and along with Fox, are basically saying, we have no faith in cable, and we're going to put an end to it by going directly to our consumers. We'll tell you about the new streaming service launching from Fox and ESPN. They'll give you access to all their cable networks a lot cheaper than cable TV would. Also, we take a look. Law & Order is going to use AI to power a look into courtrooms. TV shows being created by AI. We'll tell you what's happening there. And how cable TV's one remaining lifeline, HOAs and apartments, are starting to cut back and could spell real danger for Comcast and Spectrum. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First, though, you can always find a link to everything I talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both will let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. With that said, let's dive into it. All right, Disney and Fox are both launching separate live TV streaming services. These will give you access to their cable TV networks without needing to subscribe to cable TV or even something like Fubo or YouTube TV. Fox just reported the information about theirs, which is going to be called Fox One. Let me take a quick moment there to say thank you, Fox, for not calling it Fox Plus. We're all sick of Plus. I think Plus just needs to come to an end. But with this, they will give you FS1, FS2, Fox News, Fox Business, Fox Weather, Big Ten Network, and more with it for reportedly $25 to $30 a month. I think to be really successful, this probably should come in around $25. I think that's a more realistic price point for it. But it gives you access to their news and sports without needing cable TV. If you're a Fox News fan, you can go now get this package. It even includes your local Fox affiliate for $25 or $30 a month. ESPN is also launching one. By the way, we'll find out the details this week, so keep an eye here. That will reportedly give you access to all the ESPN content networks, including the SEC network and ACC network, ESPNU, ESPN, ESPN2, etc., for about $20 to $30 a month, depending on what report you hear. At that point, somewhere between $50 and $60 a month, then you're getting the vast majority of sports, especially if you put an antenna on your house to get CBS and NBC with that. You could also get that much of this stuff from TNT's content on Max, for example, Peacock if you have a Paramount Plus, and more. So there's a lot of ways to do this. What we're really seeing here is that Disney and Fox are basically saying we have no faith in the future of cable TV. For years, they were very clear that, cable TV, we want to support it because even if people aren't watching our content, they're paying for it in this bundle. Now they say that the decline of TV's grown so fast, they're being forced to walk away from the cable bundle. And even it's going to put pressure on YouTube TV and Fubo and Hulu and Sling. Yes, cable TV does average between what reports you look at, somewhere between $120 to $150 a month on average just for TV. Once you add in all the fees and etc. with it. This would be, significantly cheaper. It's $50 to $60 to get most of what you want is good. Now, if you're a hardcore fan, you still, for a little bit more, you can get Fubo or YouTube TV. But I think increasingly, sports fans are going to get what they want from these direct-to-consumer packages with it. We'll see what happens here, but mark your calendars, 2025. These services roll out. It's basically the final nail in the coffin. Things like Fox News, for people who are Fox News fans. If you're somebody who just wants to watch Fox News and you don't care really about the rest, well, this bundle will get you Fox News at $25 to $30. Why pay, $80+ for many of these packages to get Fox News when you can get it for $25? So one of the few remaining things that non-sports fans pay for a live TV service, news, is now becoming available without it. Keep an eye on this. I suspect we'll see a very rapid decline in cable TV. They already lost over 1 million subscribers to cable networks in the first quarter. I bet that will grow as the year goes on. All right, let's keep moving along. Speaking of cable TV companies, in our next story up, increasingly HOAs and apartment deals are the only things keeping them afloat. Many cable TV companies have desperately tried to create deals over the years with apartments and HOAs to lock them in. There's reportedly less than 50 million cable TV customers in the United States. And in the United States, for HOAs alone, there's 355,000 of them, representing 40 million households, many of them locked into a cable TV package. Not all, but many. And internet. Well, yeah, there is a lot of arguments. I hear it from cable companies. Oh, we give them a great deal, though. It's better than if they buy it themselves. But they don't have a choice not to. They're forced. Same with mini apartments. It's actually been a growing trend. They strike a deal with apartment owners, and they just roll it into the rent for everybody. This is adding millions of customers to these cable TV companies. If those deals would ever end, companies like Comcast or Spectrum would be in a very tough spot with it. And there's been a repeated push recently to make those kind of deals illegal, to force people to pay for TV just because they live in an apartment or if they live in a HOA with that. Because sometimes some of these deals are something that wasn't there when you moved in and later got forced upon you as part of a new deal, especially in condominium complexes. Are you in an HOA that forces you to pay for cable TV? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, but mark my words, it's one of the few things still keeping cable TV alive. All right, AI is just a reality. It's going to grow, it's going to become more and more popular. And this is a good look, I think, of what we're going to see more in TV. Law & Order will air AI recreations of the Sean Diddy Combs trials. Yes, he's going up for a trial real quick. I know it's captured the attention of the country. Now the Law & Order network is going to use AIs to recreate things that are happening in the scenes. There's a video in our story if you want to check it out. I'll give you an example. It's kind of creepy, won't lie, just a touch of weirdness to it. But let's be honest, as far as AI, this is as bad as AI will ever get. It will continue to get better and better and better, and before you know it, it may be increasingly difficult to decide what's AI and what's not. It already is. But whole TV shows made with AI? Mark my words, it's probably coming faster than you want to see. We already see some free services using AI to help create, low budget movies for their free ad supported service or shorts and stuff. But major TV networks using AI, I believe it's going to happen, like it or not. Just too tempting to create custom content using AI with it. Link in the show notes down below if you want to learn more about it. But hey, you're going to be able to see inside a courtroom that's not allowing cameras thanks to AI. All right, Price is Right at Night is returning. CBS is going to be bringing back starting tonight, or last night, I'm sorry, Monday, May 12th and May 19th. Remember, I record these the night before, so it's the 12th for me when I'm recording this. I post it first thing in the morning the next morning. But the Price is Right at Night is coming back. I used to love to watch that when Bob Barker did it. It's been a while. Anybody still watch Price is Right? I catch a little bit, almost never though, but a little bit here and there. But primetime Price is Right is back for a limited time. Speaking of AI, in our next story, Amazon is going to start using AI to better place ads. Amazon's joining a growing trend of services that have pause ads. On Amazon's Prime Video, when you pause a video now, you're going to start getting ads. But they're going to use AI to detect what you're watching, who you are, what you shop for, and all that information to display ads directly related to you. Not only that, if you're watching a show maybe about, let's say, surfing, it may show you products related to surfing. If you're watching a show about college football or NASCAR, it may show you sports-related content related to that. And for example, if you're watching a documentary about Michigan football and it knows you're a Michigan football fan by your buying history, it may show you Michigan football products or Ohio State or Green Bay Packers, or the list goes on and on. Amazon hopes this will drive up ad revenue to help increase their growing ad business as they try to use AI to specially tailor its ads better to you. Probably just not in its pause ads, but in other places too. So keep an eye on that. All right, next up in our Today in TV History, this week on May 12th, The Wonder Years aired its final episode, marking an end of an era as The Wonder Years comes to a close. I firmly believe one of the reasons The Wonder Years was such a phenomenon at the time is it aired in the 90s, it was set in the 70s, and what was happening then? Many people who were watching it, it was their childhood. A lot of people today looked at that and said, that was me, I wore that exact kind of clothes. I did that kind of stuff. My school looked like that. I think it's one of the reasons why Stranger Things was so successful, is all the people like me who grew up in the 80s and 90s looked at that and were like, oh my gosh, this is me. You know, I wore that. I played with toys like that, etc. I think the reboot missed that a little bit. I always thought the reboot should have been in like the 90s or 80s versus the 70s, because that would have connected it more with my generation, the people who were more likely to watch it now. Not that the reboot was bad, it was a fine TV show. I just always have, that's just a little pet peeve of mine. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Did you grow up watching the Wonder Years? Do you live through the Wonder Years? Watch it as a nostalgic catch. Leave me a comment, let me know. But are you feeling old yet? Nope. I apologize. Are you feeling old yet now that the Wonder Years is 32 years old from when it ended? All right, next up, Peacock will air NBA games this fall. And with that, they're rolling out some updates to Peacock for the new features, including catch-up highlights. You can, much like YouTube TV really started, key plays where it will show you key moments, help you get caught up to watch live. Peacock Scorecard, interactive game-like experience with points and alerts and leaderboards to play trivia games and more as you watch. You'll also be able to have real-time stats and overlay for games as you watch it. So you'd be, as you're watching a game, pop up the stats on the screen and see all the stats in real time, what's happening. You won't have to grab your phone to do that. Courtside live views, immersive courtside experiences with player rivals, shoot-arounds, and celebrative activities with that, along with live games and quick recaps included with this. So lots coming there with Peacock. If you want to find a full list of everything that Peacock's adding for the new NBA experience this fall, I suspect that many of these features, which are already on some other sports, will come to others. And lastly, last story of the day, YouTube TV is now firmly the 4th largest provider of TV in the United States. It's starting to grow its ad presence, but widely expected to become the largest in the next few years. As Dish and Comcast and Spectrum continue to lose subscribers, YouTube TV keeps growing now with 8 million live customers at last reported. Those numbers are a little dated. I wouldn't be surprised to find out they're closer to 9 million or even over 9 million now. But that puts it firmly in the 3rd place with a lot of questions about 2nd place DirecTV. They no longer report official numbers, leaving a lot of people to speculate about that. With all that, YouTube TV, though, is growing its gap from Dish that it overtook recently and is now probably at 1 million or maybe even more, or roughly 1 million subscribers more than Dish, which includes Sling TV and Dish Satellite combined. We'll keep an eye on this, but YouTube TV keeps growing. At the same time, many of its competitors keep losing subscribers. I'm very interested to see what happens. We just talked about ESPN and Fox launching a sports one. How is that going to impact YouTube TV, Fubo, and others? I suspect it will negatively impact them in the long run. I think there will be a big drop in subscribers to these, but will they stay? Or will they decide to come back to YouTube TV? I actually would not be surprised to see seasonality here. I would not be surprised to see like YouTube or Fubo customers, and if you're a football fan in the regular season who maybe wants Fox News or some highlight content but doesn't want to pay for the full bundle all summer long, to switch to either ESPN or Fox, and then for the regular season cancel that and come back to Fubo and YouTube TV. We'll find out very quick. These services are expected to launch by the start of football in 2025. Well, that's it for today. Hey, if you like this, these are only some of the stories we cover over at CourtCarsNews.com. We have a daily newsletter that goes out for free to your email every morning. Check out CourtCarsNews.com. I'll put a link in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. You can sign up for that newsletter for free right there. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.